everybody has their own particular vibration. And so, for me, when we use that divine pronoun, who is mercy, who is compassion, then we kind of personify that. It's that same thing that we do in one of the prayers. We hold up the mirror in front of us and we see the mirror, let us be reflected, And on the other hand, I walk another path, which is Buddhism, which has the path of no sense of conception, So most merciful, most compassionate, others, we're part of that manifest reality of mercy and compassion ourselves without making a separation, of a pronoun as making God kind of apart from us. So, both systems are good. I really, I walk the Buddhist path. I hang out with the Baha'is. I do all kinds of different things. And I can pray any kind of way, and that's part of our teaching on this path. But anyway, I kind of digressed here. So, it's been on my mind. I keep getting asked that question. I notice when we get together to say the invocation, people kind of hesitate. Which way the leader's going to take us? Pronoun or non-pronoun? Pronoun or attributes? I like that. I like that suspense. Then you tune into the teacher, or the leader who's giving the class. I see some people here who weren't here yesterday. Is that right? You guys weren't here yesterday? I have a note. I have a little booklet to hand out to people.
Must have come off the board when it blew.
Yeah, unnecessary junk. I don't have a whole lot of booklets left. Everything I talk about is in this booklet. If you feel like what I'm going to say isn't quite right for you, then leave the booklet behind. This class, I can teach music from the heart, just like we did just now, singing the zikr. I'm very happy doing that. I was a college professor in music, so I can also kind of talk about what in college classes was called theory. And however, I'm in a realm of spiritual practice here, and I would like to encourage people to take up music as a spiritual path, since we have such an incredible inheritance, in the dances of universal peace and in the Sufi Rohaniyat, in the Sufi order as well, coming out of the Shistya lineage from India and Pakistan. It's so musical, so poetic. So, I'm trying to empower people to maybe take up an instrument, even if you're just sitting quietly in your own bedroom, singing zikr for yourself on one note, and I thought maybe I could help you by just kind of doing it as a discussion that comes, a talk, and a talk in exchange with people about how the game of music works, so that people can walk away from here and maybe not feel so shy about buying a $20 baritone ukulele, tuning it up and starting to pluck away at it, as a personal spiritual practice. I do know where you can find $20 baritone ukuleles, and they're perfect for Sufi tuning. So, I'll let you guys know where those are. But it's really fun, So I've been kind of looking for the right cheap instrument, and I think that's the one.
Mountain dulcimer is good too.
Yeah, well, dulcimer's a little bit more complicated. Yeah, but yeah. But ukulele, so baritone ukulele is only about this big, and it's pretty tiny. So okay. So yesterday, I'm just going to review very quickly, and I know some people from this class wanted to go spin with turn with Kabir, and I said that I would just keep reviewing a little bit. I'm not going to do as much of an in-depth discussion as I did yesterday, but basically, everything is connected. Everything in this universe, in this manifestation, is vibrating. And that really comes out in Buddhist teachings, that there's no sense of, if you try to find self in this world, you're not going to find something, because the minute you think you see something, it goes away, And I think that the real teaching that we have, we've inherited so deeply as Sufis from the mystical side of Islam, the La ilaha illallah. There's no reality but the absolute reality. It's the exact same teaching that the Lord Buddha gave. So there's not a duality. Any of our perceptions of duality, like a separate you and a separate me, separate you, separate me, separate tree, separate me, is really kind of a false dichotomy, because we're just in a field of vibrating electrons, neutrons, quarks, photons, light waves. It just keeps going. When you break it all down, everything's moving. So, what we are essentially, the really high vibrations are like light vibrations, you know, and as they kind of get finer and finer, you know, lower vibration, you start having the manifest world, and that's what we are. We're bundles of light in a slower moving frequency, that, you know, but we're still moving. So everything is interconnected. And my first class yesterday is a class that very few people ever get to hear this lesson in the West, which is the lesson of the metaphysics of vibration. Usually when you take a music course, well, here's the, you know, major scale. You know, that's the major scale, and then, you know, you play it in thirds, you know, whatever it is. You know, you just make up little patterns and you start playing, or piano, you play, you know, here's some Chopin, baby Chopin pieces for you to play or something, you know. Nobody ever talks about this in the West. In India, for example, when you study music, the first year, you know, the beginning music student will just sing one note. And yesterday I talked about that one note, this note here. If you look at a string, it's vibrating like this in one unit, no matter whatever the initial frequency is. It also breaks down into two. If you look very closely, into threes, into fours, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really actually pretty chaotic. Nothing moves purely up and down like that. So what happens is you have these generation of these things that are called partials or overtones. That's the division of the string in half. You hear that little ring? Whatever this vibration is, which I think is probably somewhere around 400 cycles per second, this one is 800 cycles, just twice as fast. Okay? Divide the string into thirds. Okay? That's 3 times. That vibration of that part of the string is 3 times as fast. 4 times as fast. Yet all these notes are inside. This is a pretty good guitar for hearing the overtones because it has kind of a ringy sound. So really high pitch way up there, but it's part of this one. Good? Everybody hear that? So that's this little thing. These 3 harmonics right here create something called a major triad. It's in every vibration. This is just the way the division of every vibration into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Keeps going, 7. All that's right inside of every note.